Hi everyone, welcome to Enjoy English. I'm Steven.
大家好，我是 Bernice.
Today's date is June the 15th, and for the next 2 days, please look at pages 32 to 37 under All About Nature.
我们今天一样2天的课程要讲的是探索自然。
Okay, I like the title. The Dragon of the Sea.
我们要讲的是在这个鲜艳夺目的海中蓝龙。
The blue dragon is one of the ocean's most unusual creatures.
这个句子讲得很好了。为什么叫它是蓝龙？你想想，龙是蓝色的，就已经非常非常的特殊了。所以他说这个蓝龙呢，其实是海洋中最非比寻常的生物之一。
So let's learn more about these blue dragons.
好的。
The Dragon of the Sea. The Earth's oceans are vast and full of mysteries. Beneath the surface of the seas live millions of strange and beautiful life forms. Among them is one of the ocean's most eye-catching creatures, the blue dragon, or Glaucus atlanticus. This tiny sea slug shows just how amazing ocean life can be. Measuring only about 3 centimeters long, the blue dragon stands out with its striking appearance. Its back shines silver, while its underside displays a bright blue with dark blue stripes. 6 finger-like appendages spread out from its sides like wings, giving it a dragon-like shape, which is what earned it its name. The blue dragon is commonly found in the warm waters of open oceans, including the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. However, it has recently been spotted in areas where it has rarely been seen before, such as the waters near Taiwan. Scientists believe this phenomenon may be linked to rising ocean temperatures caused by climate change. To stay afloat, the blue dragon traps a small air bubble in its stomach. This keeps it upside down at the water's surface, allowing it to drift with waves and the ocean's currents. Although it appears harmless, the blue dragon has several surprising traits that help it survive in open oceans.
The Earth's oceans are vast and full of mysteries.
那当然是这样啦。我们地球的海洋里呢，是非常非常的庞大的。vast 这个字就是指很大很大，你也可以用 immense, I-M-M-E-N-S-E， 就是很巨大的，这个范围非常的浩瀚的，而且呢，充满了神秘的事物。
Yes, so in written grammar, make sure that Earth is capitalized because we're talking about the planet Earth. Okay. And here, mysteries, we're in the plural form of the word mystery. So you take off the Y and add I-E-S. Beneath the surface of the seas live millions of strange and beautiful life forms.
为什么他用到这个介系词叫 beneath 呢？因为他是讲的这个海洋，你知道海洋这么的大，对不对？你怎么知道它在哪一个地方的下面？所以它是整片的。好，这个距离海洋，而且呢，这些生物呢，它是距离海平面是有很长的一段距离，它不是在它正下方，所以我们不会用到 under 这个字，我们用的是 beneath。所以呢，在这个海面底下呢，你会看到有非常非常多的这些所谓的 sea， 在这个 sea 下面，这个海洋下面呢，也会有很多的这些 millions of strange 这些所谓的活着的这些生物，而且是数百万种这些奇特的生物，不但是非常的奇特，而且非常美丽的这些 life forms， 就是我们讲的这些生物。
Yeah, so life forms, another thing you could say is living things, okay? Millions of strange and beautiful living things. It's just life forms is another way to say that.
Yeah.
Always good to have more options to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Among them is one of the ocean's most eye-catching creatures, the blue dragon, or Glaucus atlanticus.
这是另外一种大西洋 这神话里面好的一个称誉了哈，所以他就说了，原来啊，在这么多的这些漂亮又奇特的这些生物底下呢，这么多里面，其中有一种，我们就是呢，在这个海洋里面是最引人注目的 eye catching， 就把你的眼睛都抓走了这样的一种生物呢，它就叫做蓝龙，或者我们中文称之为大西洋海神海蛞蝓。
Yeah, so here we see the word creatures. We saw that in our subtitle as well. When we say something is a creature, we mean it's an animal that isn't a human being. Okay?
不是人类的这样的一种动物类的。
Yeah, I see it most often used when we're talking about something that we don't know if it's like a bird or if it's a dog or we're not quite sure, so we'll call it a creature.
就是有时候你看到一个动物，不知名的动物，你不知道怎么称谓它，我们就可以把它称为 creature.
Yes, and also we see Glaucus atlanticus. Sounds like a spell from Harry Potter, right? But actually that's just the scientific biological name that we give living things like plants and animals and insects. There usually is a scientific name as well, and it's usually Latin.
就是科学上面的一些学名啦，所以通常就是用拉丁文的方式来呈现的。
This tiny sea slug shows just how amazing ocean life can be.
你看哦，他就讲了，他说其实这样的一种这个海蛞蝓呢，它就这么样的 tiny， 它其实非常非常的微小，这样的一种海蛞蝓呢，可是它却表现出来呢，让我们知道说，哇，原来海洋生物是如何的 amazing， 是多么样的一种奇妙。所以这个句子呢，有一点形成那种对比的感觉，就是即使它这么小，可是它产生的那个奇妙感，却是让人家觉得 amazing。
Yes, so something I want to call attention, when there is something that looks like a guanyo without the shell, we usually call that a slug.
对
Okay.
slug.
Yes,
right?
slug. But if there is a shell on it, it usually is a species of a slug that needs a shell, and we call that a snail. Okay, snail.
Yeah.
Okay, and then here this word just how amazing. This just is being used as the word exactly. Okay, this tiny sea slug shows exactly how amazing ocean life can be. That's just another option as well. Okay, let's take a short break.
好的。
Measuring only about 3 centimeters long, the blue dragon stands out with its striking appearance.
一开始就说了，这个龙呢，你看我们听到龙这个字，各位同学，你的脑袋浮现的这个画面绝对是很巨大的一条龙，对不对？可是这个龙只有3公分，这么长，就那么一喵喵而已。好 ，measuring 就是指测量，好，它的测量起来只有那么3公分，也就是它的长度就只有3公分。可是呢，其实呢，这一个蓝龙呢，它 stands out， 它脱颖而出，就是它即便是身材这么样的渺小娇小，可它依旧的脱颖而出，站在人家的外面。用什么东西站在人家的外面呢？就是它有着 striking， 我们知道 striking 就是引人注目的，人家一眼就看到的一个 appearance， 它的外表。
Yeah, so when we say something is striking, we mean that it attracts attention by being unusual or extreme. Okay, so it has a striking appearance. That means the way it looks is very unusual and is eye-catching. Okay, its back shines silver, while its underside displays a bright blue with dark blue stripes.
好啦，接下来这个句子它就要告诉你它的外表怎么样的吸睛呢？他说呢，其实它的背啊，背部是闪耀 shines 当动词，它闪耀的是银色的这样的一个光芒。而 while 形成一个对比的状况啊，也就是它的背，你想象它的背呢是闪耀着银色的光芒，而它的腹部呢，好 underside 就是它的底部，好这个龙的底部呢 displays 展现出来的呢是亮亮的蓝色。而且这个亮亮的蓝色上面呢有着深蓝色的 stripe， 就是那种一条一条的条纹状。所以呢，你想想看，一个龙的身上好是银色的光芒，然后它的底部呢却是亮蓝色，有着深蓝色的条纹。
So the thing I want to call attention to this sentence is this is a really good way to imagine painting with words. Because whenever we're trying to describe something, but we're using words to describe it, it can be quite difficult to do that.
没错。
But I think this sentence does it in a very good way. It separates like the different parts of the slug, starting from the back. Okay, the back shines silver. Okay, so we have an image that the back is bright. Okay, while they could have said and its underside, but while just, has a different way to say that. Just at the same time, its underside or its belly, B-E-L-L-Y, displays or shows a bright blue. But this bright blue has dark blue stripes. So with dark blue stripes. We see bright blue and we see dark blue in the same sentence.
没错，所以他这个作者呢，就是用了一些这样一些形容词啦，还有他的用字遣词，让人在看的时候，我们读者脑袋自然就会 picture 这只龙是什么样子。
而且它慢慢去解释 and the next sentence as well kind of shows us more about the way that it looks. So you can just take your time. I think my point is just when we're trying to use words to describe something, sometimes we feel like we have to say everything at one time. But no, you can actually separate it into parts so that's easy for people to digest and easy for people to mentally picture what you're trying to say. 6 finger-like appendages spread out from its sides like wings, giving it a dragon-like shape, which is what earned it its name.
又是一个很长的句子啦，我们来看一下。首先呢，一开始的它的这个主词呢，就是它有6根指状的附肢啊。好，从旁边就是想想看，这个龙这样一条嘛，旁边有6根，好像指头一样的这样的东西的附肢啊，所以 appendage 这个字呢，这个 P-E-N-D 中间这个字根就是有 hang H-A-N-G 悬挂在那边的，所以它就很像一个这个附属的动物身上附属的一些器官，就是它这个动物本身，它旁边有一些附属自然突出延伸的这些部分就对了。我们就叫 appendage， 它是怎么样呢 ？spread out， 就我们刚才讲，它是这样子展开来的。从哪边呢？从这个龙的2个侧边这样展开来，那就很像翅膀啊。你可以想象看，就像一条飞龙在天了。那所以呢，让这条龙呢 giving 就给予它一种呢拥有类似这个龙的形状。而且呢，这样 which 就指前面这样的一个叙述呢，也就是 what earned its name， 就是让它可以赚到得到它的这样的一个名字，也就是为什么把它称之为蓝龙，因为你看那么小的一个东西，你会把它称之为龙吗？不太可能。可是你想想看，它旁边的6个像指头般的东西这样子伸展出来，然后让它有一对翅膀，然后它这样子翱翔在这个海洋里面，你就觉得真的可以得到蓝龙这样的一个称谓了。
所以得到是 earn， okay？Another way that you could end this sentence is, which is how it earned its name. Okay, some people might be thrown off by the it and its next to each other. So if you're kind of confused by that grammar, you can change it to which is how it earned its name. Okay, both are acceptable. Another thing I want to call attention to are there are 2 words in this sentence that I like. One is finger-like and one is dragon-like. Okay, so in previous lessons, we have taught that when there's a noun with a hyphen like, that means 相似这个东西。
没错。
Okay, so finger-like 是相似手指。Okay, but it's not really fingers.
对，
They
不是
just
真的。
look like fingers.
Yeah.
And then dragon-like shape 是 looks like a dragon, but it's not really a dragon.
Yes.
相似一条龙。Okay, all right, let's take a short break.
好的。
The blue dragon is commonly found in the warm waters of open oceans, including the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans.
好啦，所以很多人就会好奇了，这么样的一个奇特的生物，我们在哪里可以看得到它呢？好，所以他这一段就说了，其实蓝龙呢最常见，最常被人家 found 被人家找到的地方呢，就是通常是在比较温暖的一些水域里面，所以你看这个 water 加了 s， 因为不同的水域，那这些水域呢，就是一些比较开放式的、开阔式的这种海洋的温暖水域，包含呢大西洋以及太平洋。
Yeah, so commonly this adverb in the sentence, you could also use often. The blue dragon is often found or usually found in the warm waters of open oceans. Yeah, so a lot of students might be confused. I thought water can't be, 不可数的,
对，不可
right?
数名词。
Here it's actually bodies of water. Okay, so that's why in this sentence it has an S. Okay,
Yes.
so just know that it has that meaning, bodies of water. And what are the open oceans? That is any ocean area that is outside of coastal areas. Okay, if it's not near the coast or near land, that is considered open oceans. Okay. However, it has recently been spotted in areas where it has rarely been seen before, such as the waters near Taiwan.
哦，所以我们台湾也可以看到这样的一种很奇特的生物了。他说呢 ，However， 因为它原本呢应该是在这种开阔的这些温暖水域里面，然而呢，它最近呢也被人家 spot 就是眼睛看到，也就是发现到哦，原来呢它也会出现在某一些的区域哦。Where 在这些区域里面呢，基本上呢是很少会出现的。也就是说原本他们不会出现在这边的。好，尤其在以前的时候，比如说他就举了个例子，就像我们台湾附近的一些海域。
So the such in this sentence means, for example, the waters near Taiwan. Okay, but such as is another way to say that. Okay, 比如说, all right. And then here I want to call attention to the word spotted. The verb spot, it can also be something that you say like notice or see. Okay, so it has recently been seen in areas or noticed in areas where it has rarely been seen before. But when you spot something, that usually means that you have to see it with effort. Okay, it's not so easily seen. Okay, it's like one little spot in the ocean. You spot it. Okay, 要有一点
有些辅助工具，你才能看到它。
你才能看到它。You can imagine like a big picture and there's one little tiny spot, 一个小点点，你要看到那个 spot. So that's why we use the verb spot when you have to see something that it requires a little bit of effort to see. The word rarely in the sentence, this adverb, you could also use the adverb hardly.
Yeah.
Okay, where it has hardly been seen before. Okay, just another option for you. Scientists believe this phenomenon may be linked to rising ocean temperatures caused by climate change.
那通常来说呢，怎么会原本应该是在这些温暖水域才看得到这些蓝龙，怎么在最近的台湾某些海域也可以看得到呢？他说，科学家其实认为这样子的一种 phenomena， 我们知道 phenomena 这个字你在用的时候，通常是一些比较特殊或者是不寻常的一些现象，我们才会用到这一个字。那这个现象呢 ，may be linked to，may be related to， 好，就是跟什么有关呢？当然就是我们这个所谓的这个海洋温度的上升啦。那这海洋温度怎么会上升？大家都知道是因为气候变迁的关系。
Yeah, so rising ocean temperatures. The word rising in this sentence is an adjective, 就是在提升的. Okay, ocean temperatures. The word phenomenon, 现象, there is also an adjective form, which is phenomenal. Okay, just add an al to after men. Okay, so phenomenal, phenomenal. And this is an adjective we often use to say that something is so amazing. It's almost like a phenomenon. Okay, the food that you cooked was phenomenal. Okay, it was so great. It was out of this world. It was amazing. So this is a good adjective to learn.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's take a short break.
好的。
To stay afloat, the blue dragon traps a small air bubble in its stomach.
我们刚才在上一段有讲了，这个蓝龙呢，虽然有像翅膀般的这样的手指头状的这个附肢长出来，可是不是表示它真的飞起来了，不是，它是在水里面的啊。所以呢，我们要怎么样？这个蓝龙它本身要怎么样呢 ？Stay afloat。afloat 加了一个变成形容词了，就是说，你要怎么样在水中是可以漂浮的这个状态呢？第一个，这个蓝龙呢，它会 trap。好，它会把这个东西 trap， 就有点像把它吃到这个肚子里面，然后把它放在这个肚子里面。好，它呢就会在胃里面储存一个 air bubble， 就是那种小小的空气的这种小小的一个空气的气泡，然后把它储存在的胃里面，也就是它把它吃进来了哈，它把它吞下去，然后吞下去之后呢，它就把它放在你的胃里面，然后就形成了一个小小的 air bubble 这样。
So Bernice also mentioned 储存, right? 储存, another verb you can use is store. S-T-O-R-E. Store as a noun means 店,
商店,
商店, right? But store as a verb means 储存. And this sentence, it can mean a trap. means 储存, but it also means like 你储存然后不让任何东西跑出来还是跑进来. Okay, there's more of like a tight.
困住了。
Yeah, 你困住了. Because trap as a noun is 陷阱.
对，陷阱。
When you capture something, you don't want it to get away. So as a verb, it means to store something without anything escaping or anything getting in. Okay, so that's just to let you know what trap means as a verb. Okay. Also, I want to call attention to the words stay afloat. Okay, stay afloat in this sentence does mean to kind of stay at the surface of the water or remain on the surface of the water. But it can also mean to manage to survive. It's hard to stay afloat in the current economy with my paycheck. 现在的这个低薪就是很难就是生存，
维持我的生存，
维持生存在这一个经济的这个环境。So stay afloat can also have this meaning as well. Okay. This keeps it upside down at the water surface, allowing it to drift with waves and the ocean's currents.
这边的这个 this 当然就是指前面说这个蓝龙呢，因为它会在胃里面储存一个这个小气泡，就是因为这样的一个动作，所以这个小气泡有点类似像它的 life jacket， 有没有穿上救生衣的感觉？它就可以漂浮，飘。然后呢，也可以让它保持在这个水面上呢 upside down， 就是上下是呈现颠倒的一个状态。那这个样子呢，尤其是在这个 at the water surface， 就是在这个海流这个水流的这个水面上面。那就让这个蓝龙呢就可以 drift， 我们知道 drift 就是漂移的意思，跟着什么东西去漂移呢？随着浪涛跟海流就可以这样子飘。
Yeah, I was actually always curious about the difference between waves and currents. So I kind of looked it up. So just to kind of let you know the difference. Waves are temporary disturbances on the surface of water. And usually it's caused by wind. So when you see waves, it's caused by wind. It's a kind of moving energy rather than water. Okay. What are currents? Currents are more consistent and large scale, and it's directed flow of water. It's water moving in the ocean. So currents are water moving, waves are wind blowing water over.
所以老师刚刚讲这个浪呢，通常是由风所造成，所以它是水面上面这样的一个波动而已。那 current 是水流嘛，所以水流的话就是水本身在这个做运行这样的一个动作。
Yeah, I think it makes more sense in Chinese because it's 水流.
对，水流。
It's just easier to know. To drift, this verb just means to be carried slowly by the current of wind or water. Okay, so you kind of just don't move, but you're being carried by the current or the waves. Although it appears harmless, the blue dragon has several surprising traits that help it survive in open oceans.
它这边这个句子呢，有点好像在暗示着什么东西。因为我们说它只有3公分，你想想看，3公分对于我们来讲，我们看到一个3公分的虫或怎么样，我们会觉得，这是什么虫？对吧？我一点都不害怕。所以他就说了，虽然呢，这个蓝龙 appears 看起来好像是 harmless， 一点害处都没有。可是其实蓝龙有好几个让人家觉得很惊讶的一些 traits， 就是特性。这些 traits 呢，可以帮助它呢，在刚才我们讲这些开阔的海洋之中生存下来。
Right, so this is a very good cliffhanger for tomorrow's lesson. Okay, cliffhanger means like something that keeps you kind of
悬疑的感觉
for the next thing, the next episode or the next lesson. Okay, so it's a good cliffhanger. And so tomorrow we'll learn more about these surprising traits. We'll see you then.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.